Yo, what's going on, great people? It's your boy Troy.
And it's your boy Trail
from the TNT Unleashed Podcast. This is the podcast where authenticity lives. It's where ego dies. It's where we talk about everything from life to love to relationships to everything in between. So they might laugh, they might cry, but we hope they leave what? Unleashed. Trail, what up, brother?
What's the business, homie?
Hey, man, I'm excited today.
I'm excited, too. Why you excited?
First of all, we got a guest.
Oh, yeah.
We got a special guest in the building today.
Special.
I'm gonna let him introduce stuff in a second. But all I need you to know is what I'm really excited about is the fact that we are now having guests come on to the TNT Unleashed podcast to really tell their stories.
Facts.
Right? To tell their stories about authenticity, about vulnerability, and about what they got going on in the world.
And the journey, right?
And the journey.
And the only way to get on our podcast is if you is kind, you is smart, and you is important.
Exactly. Exactly, man. So look, I'm extremely excited. We got Terrance McLeod on the show today. Terrance.
What's up?
Welcome, brother.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you for having
welcome
me.
to the TNT Unleashed podcast.
Thank you.
We are happy to have you. A season for love.
Yes,
right?
sir.
We're going to
yes,
get
sir.
into what that means. But first, I want you to officially introduce yourself to look at that camera right there.
Yeah.
Tell people who you are.
So I'm Terrance McLeod, man. First and foremost, I'm a father. I'm a husband. Man, I'm a black man. You know, I got a movie that just came out called A Season for Love that I'm the writer, director, producer, all the things, man. And I'm just here to, tell my story, get a little vulnerable with you guys, and have a good time.
Hey, before we go, where can we find A Season for Love at?
Man, A Season for Love is streaming right now on Apple TV, Amazon Prime. Fandango at home, YouTube Movies, Google Play Store.
Yeah.
If you know a library, if you frequent a library, you can go to hoopla.com and rent it from there. It's all over, man.
Right on.
It's all over.
Trail, got a question.
Talk to me.
How many brothers you know in their mid-30s that write and produce a whole film?
Let me think. One.
Hey.
He right here. Hey, let's shout out.
Right here in the
Shout out
TNT Unleashed.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Look, we just had to have you on today because we really wanted to give you a chance on the platform.
Yeah.
To really talk about yourself, but mostly talk about your movie
Okay.
that you produce and what it means to the community. Right?
Okay.
But before we get into it, we gotta get into some banter first.
Yeah, we gotta talk.
We ain't just going straight into A Season for Love. You know what I mean? We gonna talk first about BET Awards. So, question, Trail. Last night, you watched BET Awards?
I sure did.
What's your favorite part?
Now, I watched it in full for the first time in years. I kind of chime in. I watch highlights and things like that. My favorite part was that they celebrated icons.
Okay.
And I actually really love the icons that they celebrated. You know how I feel about Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah. Snoop. Uncle Snoop. What up, though?
Snoop got represented toughly. You understand me? I'll say Jamie Foxx got recognized as an icon. Jamie Foxx is one of those people that we watch go from A Living Color to his own show to iconic music to iconic movies.
Triple threat.
Yeah, man.
And he was there with his two daughters. That was dope. Mariah Carey got acknowledged as an icon too. You know,
Mariah Carey.
You know,
Y'all talk about Mariah Carey real quick?
that goes without saying. But if you got something to say, what you got to say about Mariah?
Mariah Carey like a statue. Hey, look, I need to understand.
Talk to me.
Mariah Carey been performing for how long?
My whole life.
Your whole life.
My whole
Your
life.
whole life,
At
right?
least my whole life.
Yeah.
So she's an icon.
Yeah.
But she looked like a statue. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. I just got to say it. But I love you though, Mariah. I love you, but I just want to see more energy from you. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I mean, she been doing it for so long, though, bro. What you expect from her? I mean,
I expect her to still be at least able to walk without acting like she about to fall over.
Okay.
I was like, Mariah got one of the most beautiful voices ever.
yeah,
But
Period.
yeah.
I'm like, give me some more.
You know,
Mariah?
what Mariah Carey also did was create the blueprint on how to transition your brand from a little girl to a woman.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And
Yeah,
I feel like
for sure.
a lot of the ladies have done that off of that blueprint.
That's a fact.
And many of them are legends now.
She's an icon.
You dig what I'm saying?
I did.
Now, another thing I like about the BET Awards is that Kevin Hart, I don't know if he was responsible for it or BET was, but everybody had to dress up. So everybody had on suits,
Everybody was fly.
tuxedos. It wasn't like no,
It was fly.
I'm glad they got back to that.
yeah.
Because for a minute there, it was like watching the BET
Like, it was ratchet.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Yeah,
what it was.
it was a misrepresentation.
It was
Yeah.
ratchet.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you that last night was a great representation because everybody was dressed up looking fly, looking good, and the performance were tasteful.
Yeah.
Even My homie, you know how much I love Glorilla.
Yeah, big glow.
The little knit, that's like my niece in
Well,
my head. So she had on a tuxedo in the front, like Michael Jackson, ass out in the back. But she only showed the ass for a little bit. Hey. Get him, Glow.
Get him, Glow. But no, it was good though. I really enjoyed it. One of my favorite parts was the 106 in Park theme.
Yeah.
Right, so there was a 106 in Park theme, and my boy, Mr. 106 in Park, Bow Wow, came out.
Yeah.
It was a good time. He had all the energy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I was a little disappointed in somebody.
Who?
Lil Wayne.
Man, you always disappointed
I'm
Lil Wayne.
disappointed Lil Wayne.
You always angry with him, man.
I'm just saying. I expect more.
That's how much you love him.
Yeah, you're right.
I can understand that though. Yeah, it is high for Wayne.
Like
The bar is high.
you got Wayne set his bar to the roof.
Exactly.
And then he just been chilling since. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
we need more of them though.
I
I
need
feel
more.
like I do.
Yeah.
I do for
Were
sure.
you a big Lil Wayne fan?
I was a huge. I'm still a big Lil Wayne fan. I just listened to the new album, but like growing up, like high school, he was the bar. Like that's all I listened to for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What you thought about the album? See, he said that. Say See?
Yeah. I was hoping to relive like those Carter 2, Carter 3 vibes. It didn't give me that. I mean, it's still good though. Like I'm still listening to it. I hit the gym.
Yeah.
It's still in rotation.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. It's not peak Wayne for me. At
Yeah.
all. You know what I mean?
I can agree with that. At least we can agree on that, right?
Yeah, I could dig that. I've listened to the album twice. And
What you thought?
no, I was looking for Carter. I was looking for the earlier Carters.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a Carter 6, right? I'm looking for Carter 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in my head. You know, I can remember being in college and when the Carter 1 came out, I thought that was the dopest thing I ever heard in my life. Mm-hmm. You hear me? And when the Carter 2 came out, I thought that was the dopest
next
thing
dope.
Man,
I ever heard in my life. You know what
that's
I'm saying?
crazy. I went to college Carter 3 for Carter 3. Which is
Okay,
crazy.
yeah. That's dope. NBA playoffs going on. What in the Halliburton?
I'm gonna pass this to Terrance.
Man.
What in the Halliburton?
So I ain't gonna lie.
I'm already
I was
disappointed.
outside for game 1. I fully expected Pacers to be swept, man. Halliburton just, I don't know. He turned it on last 3 minutes of the game for some reason. But I think that's the only game they're gonna win.
Gentleman sweep.
Yeah, for sure.
Then I tell
For
you,
sure.
we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago.
SGA just different. Like when he turned it on,
Yeah.
he unstoppable, man.
Yeah.
So no. I asked Trell this last week. I said, name me 5 players from OKC.
I can't.
See what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about?
That means you got a bunch of dogs. They all dogs. They're all dog 1, 2, 3, 4, and
can't.
5.
That's all we gonna ask. I can't even name them. I'm like, this is why it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But SGA is unstoppable though.
Yeah, I mean that's it. It's crazy though because the Pacers. I mean, I can name some players from the Pacers, but that's just a deep squad, right? I think that's how they got out of the East. But you're right, man. OKC just dogs, man.
That's a fact.
I'm not interested.
And dogs 1 through 7, 1 through 9.
Nah. All good things. So listen, I want to get to know you a little bit though.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna start off with something what we call rapid fire.
Okay, let's
All
go.
right. So that means you don't get to think all along when I ask you these questions. Now you don't be sitting there, none of that.
All right, let's go.
We going fast. All right. So you a writer, producer.
Yes, sir.
Top 3 movies right now. Let's
Top 3 movies. I'm gonna go Love Jones. That's my number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm gonna go Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Okay. Fantasy.
Number 3, I'm gonna go Top Gun.
Top Gun.
I'm a military dude. With that movie, that movie was what made me go into the military for sure.
Okay.
Really?
Air Force.
For sure, yeah. Which is crazy because it's a Navy movie. Being that young, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Went to the Air Force, but it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can rock with those. All right. Go ahead, Trail. What's the next one?
Let me get Life, Shawshank Redemption.
That's a good one.
And man, the first Planet of the Apes that came out recently with Caesar, where he said no and started dominating shit.
Mine gonna be a little different.
What is
Okay.
it?
Gonna be a little different. Loving Basketball.
Yeah, that's good.
Friday
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
is my joint. And finally, Brown Sugar.
Brown sugar.
Okay.
I like Brown Sugar. Now,
We gotta talk about that loving basketball take though.
Loving Basketball. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it.
So I mean, that's everybody. Like that's the quintessential romantic drama, right? Mm-hmm. But is it toxic? Because that's the new take online now. Is that it's a toxic movie?
Yeah, you're right. Technically, it's a little toxic.
What toxic about it?
You know what I mean? It's a
'Cause you
little
know,
toxic.
I
He got on a little
I never
emotional
thought it
roller
was
coaster.
either. But
No, I want to know because I'm participating in the alternate universe.
I feel like it's perfect for the age group in which they were in.
oh yeah, for sure.
Right? So I'm in high school, right? We got a love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to college. I start smelling myself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You ain't acting right. Now, all of a sudden, it's a plethora of women's.
For sure.
Everywhere.
Women.
Everywhere.
It's a plethora of women's everywhere.
And you at USC.
And you at USC.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And you wasn't there for me on the night I needed you. You know what I mean?
mm.
What I'm supposed to do?
The church's money.
I got to find somebody else. What you think, though? What's your take?
I agree.
Okay.
1,000%.
Okay.
I mean, you know, when you young like that, you in college, you in California, you in Southern California.
Facts.
A lot of distractions, man. Like if you got to ride for me at that point in time.
Hey, I don't care if you miss practice, girl.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? I don't care if you miss practice. I don't care if you get off the team. I'm just selfish because I'm 18 years old.
That's the catalyst.
You know what I
That's
mean?
the point.
I'm 18 years old.
It's easy for adults to judge things in hindsight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The movie
for sure.
is about 18, 19-year-olds making mistakes.
That's
It's
a
not
fact.
toxic. It's a normal ass mistake.
That's just what happens. All of us could probably look back in our life and be like, I was a little selfish.
Should he have let her win the pickup game though?
Oh, I ain't letting nobody win.
Yeah, you asking the wrong person. Troy ain't gonna let that.
Nah,
Hey, Troy won't let Kenzie win nothing.
shit ain't going.
I'm just saying, like, you know, this the love of your life. You want her back? What you doing?
I'm gonna win and then get her back.
That's what I'm talking about.
See, that's what I would do.
I like
see?
that.
You see what I mean?
like that.
Would you let her win?
Nah,
Nah.
I'm too competitive for that.
See, you gonna smack it out there.
Exactly.
That's just what it is. I'm sorry, Monica. It is what it is, but I still love you though. So let me tell you why I used to love basketball so much. Because you could tell me that I wasn't gonna have a loving basketball romance with a woman that played basketball back in the day.
You thought that was gonna happen.
Oh, I thought it was until
You
I
be outside
learned
the
real
court,
bad.
like, waiting on somebody, a woman walk up in slow
Look, I
motion.
used to date all kind of women athletes
Yeah.
back in the day, right? Let's just say that ain't work out for me. Let's just say that. We're gonna move on.
Next round
It's all
round of rapid fire. I'm gonna start with you, Terrance. Rap or R&B?
Oh, definitely R&B.
R&B?
For sure.
All day. Why?
Modern rap, I can't even listen to. I think.
I'm with you.
I mean, I'm such a lover boy though. I feel like that's just my vibe. R&B.
your
You know
vibe?
what I mean, I do. Modern R&B kind of is kind of whack too, to an extent. I miss dudes really singing, like singing in the rain.
Yep.
We need to bring that back.
Bring
for sure.
that back.
Yeah.
Like this right here with the
Yeah.
with the speaker outside.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we might have gotten him back with the American Idol winner Jamal Crawford.
Oh, he can go.
Yeah,
You seen him?
Yeah,
can go.
he bad.
He
bad.
can go.
For sure.
He bad to the bone.
He can go.
What about you, Troy? I know your answer.
Oh, you know it's R&B all day. I look, man. I write poetry in the rain, bro. What you
And
talking
crying.
about?
Let's go.
I cry all day. It don't even matter. I be like, girl, I love you. That's one thing I ain't never been scared to do is tell a girl how I feel about her.
That's real.
Now that don't mean it was always well received.
Yeah.
So R&B got me in trouble growing
yeah.
up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
'cause
Me too.
I was like, I like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was not afraid to say it. Now I learned later on, like that was kind of in their eyes lame.
Yeah.
But then you get older, they be like, I just want a man to express himself.
Right?
Like, what you want?
Make up your mind.
Make up
Please.
your mind. Which one do you want? I got another one for you though.
What's up?
Favorite black sitcom?
I'm going Martin.
Martin.
I'm going Martin, yeah.
Lawrence. Martin.
Yeah, Martin had that type of him and Gene. They had that type of love that was fun. That I always pictured myself having.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I love Fresh Prince. But again, Martin, it's just fun. You know what I mean? Like when I felt like that's what I wanted for sure.
Okay.
That's
I rock
real.
with it. What about you, Trail?
For me, it's Martin actually because it was the biggest representation of talent, like Martin's range. All those
yeah.
characters.
yeah.
Like, look, homie, I love Shanae,
Yeah.
but my favorite one is the Kung Fu Cat. Leisure Come. He was a Kung Fu artist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love
what's his
Jerome.
name?
Jerome
Is that
was my
yeah,
man.
Jerome in the house.
Jerome in the house.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the one that used to clown at the fire escape?
Oh, that was Brother Man.
Yeah,
Brother
brother man
Man.
from the fifth
Yeah,
floor.
from the fifth floor.
Brother man.
Fifth
from the
floor.
You went with four.
Fifth floor.
What about you,
floor.
Troy?
Mine. I think I'm gonna have to go with Fresh Prince though.
Okay.
Okay.
Fresh Prince is my favorite because I felt like it had layers, right? I feel like I could relate to Carlton,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then I feel like I also could relate to Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
Like as I got older. So it was like I was like Carlton when I was younger. Then I became a little bit more Will Smith when I got older. And I thought it was just fun. Like I thought they were very authentic characters. I really enjoyed I actually enjoyed watching Ashley grow up too.
I did too.
Right?
Yeah,
From
that
a
was
little
dope.
girl all the way
Yeah.
to like a like what's the episode with Tevin Campbell?
Yeah, I remember that.
She started dating and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah, Fresh Prince tackled some real stuff too. Like I remember like this 2 episodes where they're driving to Uncle Phil's boss's like house. They get pulled over, put in jail. That's a big one. I remember that. And then, when his father comes.
Yeah.
I was like,
I still be crying.
It's great when a show can capture that and still keep the comedic, be like that. That's why I think Fresh Prince was great, for sure.
Yeah, I think Fresh Prince was dope too because they weren't broke and still had humility and comedy and real life things. Like, I don't want to always see our people struggling in the media. So I'm glad Uncle Phil had all that money and he was a judge.
Which Aunt Vivian though?
Oh no! Oh, I like chocolate Aunt Viv.
All right,
yeah. Give me that first.
Give me chocolate Aunt Viv
for sure.
Hey,
for sure. No disrespect to second Aunt Viv, but chocolate Aunt Viv for
chocolate
for sure.
Aunt Viv was when she had on that ballerina costume.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot now. Hey, Viv.
That's when she turned from Aunt Viv to Viv.
That's Hey Auntie right there.
Hey, Auntie. Well, listen, look, let's get to one of the biggest reasons why we're here to talk about you.
Okay.
Let's talk about Season Flood. Let's talk about you first, though.
Okay.
All right, so talk to us about who were you before you became a writer, producer, all the good things.
I was a weird kid, man, that just loved weird stuff. But I was an Air Force veteran. In the Air Force for 11 years. Still just trying to figure out life, brother.
Okay.
Skinny dude who played basketball and football.
Yeah.
The odd kid in the class. Yeah, man.
What made you odd though? What do you think made you odd?
I think what made me odd. So growing up in a the black community, call it the hood, whatever. I wasn't in everything anybody else was in.
Okay.
Like, of course, I played sports, but outside of that, it was comic books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was real what people would consider nerd stuff.
Yeah. Where
I was anime.
Yeah.
Like, what's crazy is it's cool now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in the 90s, early 2000s, it wasn't. So, you know what I mean? So that's who I was. And I kind of stayed in my own lane, man.
That's dope, though.
Yeah. Man, that's super dope for me. It's touching my spirit. My brother.
Yeah.
For a long time, man, I'm 7 years older than him, right?
Okay.
And he went to school for art and all these things. And for me to build a connection with him, I had to watch all his anime.
Oh, yeah.
Like so I can go and talk to him. Mm-hmm. Like, we were close, love each other to death. Don't get me wrong. But I have a soft space in my heart for that quote-unquote nerdy space. I don't view it like that. I view it as people who are actually a little bit stronger.
Oh, wow.
In terms of their what they want.
Yeah, okay.
And not following crowds.
Yeah.
And being a leader and not a follower. So I go to him and be like, man, you see how they stopped that dragon? And he'll be like, first of all, it wasn't a dragon, it was an interdimensional. It was an interdimensional being, and he didn't slap him, he punched him twice. But I've been in anime since.
Yeah, man, I love anime, man.
I love animation and all that. Like I'm deeply into it, but I'm thankful that you stayed on your path.
I appreciate that.
Straight up. Let me ask you another question. So, clearly being a director, producer, writer, you have to be excellent at storytelling.
Yeah, for sure.
So, how has being a father impacted your ability to tell a story?
Man, being a father is the best job in the world, man. That's why I say that's my number one.
Yes,
right? I'm
indeed.
a father. For me, especially telling stories about love and romance, it opens you up because I'm a girl dad.
Yeah.
So I have a daughter, 2
Girl
years
dad's
old.
in the building.
Yes,
That's
man.
a fact, Jack.
Yeah. So I from the moment I seen her, I knew my stories about women had to be different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I had to. One, I'm raising a daughter. I'm raising a queen, and I need her to know that she's loved by black men, specifically, right? And that we care for her, and that we're gonna protect her. So, as a storyteller, it kind of morphed. I mean, I've always seen black women in a positive way, right? But I became more intentional on that because I know that whatever I do, she's gonna see.
Yeah.
So for sure.
So, what's your biggest lesson from fatherhood? You know what I'm saying? Like, so far. There's gonna be many to come, right?
But you just getting started. How's your daughter?
She 2. She's 2. She'll be 3 in November. Patience, man, and it's crazy because she changes every day, just to go with the flow.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, there's no schedule that she wants to stick to. It's just, I think that's my biggest lesson is just go with the flow. Be present.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm busy a lot. I'm making movies. I'm always on a podcast. So I'm doing something. So, like, you know, when I'm not home, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I got to be focused. But as soon as I turn that key and I'm in the door, her and my wife, that's my attention. You know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest lesson is really to just patience and to be present and just take it all in.
That's super dope. So we talk about that a lot. I'm gonna pitch this back to you, Troy, because we have to check in with each other.
Yeah.
So we talk about biggest lessons in fatherhood probably every 3 episodes.
All the time.
But it has to be
It's a
checked
staple.
on because it's so important. What's the biggest lesson you've learned recently from the fatherhood space?
I think my biggest lesson about fatherhood right now is that growth is inevitable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Meaning, no matter how we want to stop it, it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
So I watch my daughter now. She, you know, she starting to develop a little bit. You know what I mean? She's starting to have body like a woman,
Young lady, yeah.
right? She's starting to have a little attitude
Yeah.
like a woman. She's starting to talk back a little bit like a woman. You know what I mean? So it's like one of these things where I have to figure out how to grow with her in the season that she's in.
Right.
That's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
Right? You have like this idea of what you want it to be like,
Oh, yeah.
but it don't go that way.
Nah, I don't.
It don't go that way. What about you? My mouth.
Yeah.
Trail, what about you?
For me, man, you know, I am naturally an anxious father. I'm learning that I need to let my daughter struggle and know daddy's there and not save her. I'm trying to build some independence and let her struggle a little bit. I've done some due diligence, and it's like anytime you step in too quickly, you're really breaking down confidence.
Yeah.
You're breaking down confidence. You're breaking down their idea of their ability to do things.
Yeah.
And you and your sister, Joy, shout out to my handler, Joy, have taught me that, right?
Yeah.
So the more I let her struggle, all she needs to know is daddy is there, present, per what Terrance just said. But I got to let her struggle with certain things.
Yeah.
And let her figure
Let
things
her figure it out.
and not jump in too quickly.
And that's hard, right? Because as men, we want to protect, right? We want to
Yep.
be there.
They want to fix.
Yeah, exactly. You
know
want
what
to just
I mean?
take care of it. Like, I'm right here. Let's do it. But it's like, nah, you got to let them
You know,
kind of fail in a way. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I always say, like, you know, competence builds confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I've had to learn. Is like, if you can help your kid or daughter, whoever it is, feel like they're competent at things, their confidence level shoots through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when Goldie cries through the process, it's nothing compared to her celebration.
When she figures
When
it out.
She figures it out. Oh, that's great, right?
So
yeah.
you know, if I have to like weight the two against each other, I'll let you cry a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's worth it now because when she was crying, she wasn't really in pain in the beginning. I was.
Yeah. That's a bar.
So I had to figure that out.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's
Yeah.
a bar.
That means every time she's struggling, I'm jumping in based on my own personal pain. So in a way, it's selfish.
Yeah. Ooh.
I
Ooh.
never thought about it like that.
I'm gonna sit with that one for a minute.
That's a good one.
In a
I
way,
like
It's almost
that.
projection, right? It's like
It's selfish. It's like I don't want to feel this way anymore.
So
let me stop
what can
my
I
pain.
what can I do to fix it? Right.
I'm not really
yeah.
fixing her.
Right.
that's a
damn.
bar right there. I hope y'all heard that.
Yeah.
For all you fathers out there,
Come
sure.
and talk to me.
you know we did not invite the singing.
Ain't time yet.
No, it ain't time yet.
All right, let's
Terrance,
get to the movie, man.
no, let me ask Terrance a question real quick before we get into the movie.
Okay.
I want to know about the journey to filmmaking.
Okay.
Right, because we don't get to the movie, A Season for Love, right?
Yes.
Season for
Yes,
Love.
sir.
But tell me about the journey into filmmaking. Like, what made you want to be a filmmaker? What was that journey like?
Yeah, I've always had a camera. I think my mother told me the catalyst was we went on a family vacation to Disney. I think I was like 10 years old. You know, my mom bought a camcorder. All I did was run around with it.
Okay.
Like a
was
document.
in you.
Yeah, so it's in me. I think I always knew that. So, you know, after high school, joined the military, end up getting sick. You know, I had autoimmune disease, basically affected my kidneys, so I had to get out, right? Period of my life, didn't know what I was going to do, right? You know, think about it. You plan to do something till you retired, and all of a sudden somebody says it's over.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh, right?
What's next?
What's next? You know, so a lot of dark days. Thank God for my wife, you know, to get me through that. But it was just like, what am I going to do? I have no idea. And then, you know, one day, because, you know, I always had a camera. I've always owned a camera. Always was doing like little vlogs or whatever. Nothing big, though.
Yeah.
And she was like, hey, there's this meetup with a bunch of people downtown talking about filmmaking. You should go. You know, months just on the couch depressed, not doing nothing. And I'm like, nah. She's like, no, go. Right? And I listened to her. Went. Changed my life. Met my business partners. Best friends to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we out here just cranking out projects. So it's crazy how life, you know, happens like that.
That's good.
So to follow up, man, like, you know, we're big on mental health.
Yeah.
And depression, things like that. On our podcast, TNT Unleashed Podcast. When you found purpose, how much did that eradicate the depression that was in you?
A lot, man. I think for me, I want to say, you know how I thought the military was my purpose?
Yeah.
Turns out it wasn't. So I think that was it. I think the depression came from not knowing what I was meant to do. And just sitting there, just like in that.
Yeah.
And it was like, once I found that, jumped out of it. I was like, oh, this is it right here.
That makes total sense. So spirituality is a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And we talk about it a lot here.
Yeah, we do.
And I'm a big believer that when you're going through certain things like that, your spirit is acting out because you're not doing what you're here to do.
I believe that.
You know what I mean? I believe that your spirit, especially if it's a strong spirit, will completely act the ass inside of you. Where you can't do nothing but sleep.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing but rest because your spirit is trying to tell you and drive you something, but your mind is
you're fighting it for some reason.
Yeah, your mind is going to lie to you. Your spirit never will. So I'm so thankful you found that, man.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
I'm interested in knowing something else. You talked about the idea of purpose, right?
Yeah.
So, like, at what moment did you realize this is my purpose?
I think I kind of always knew, right? But I think the moment was, I think we were on set. We did this film called not Season for Love. It was called Walking Contradictions. Okay. It's the first project I did out here in Charlotte. I knew it was my purpose. It's weird. Like, it's probably the third project I've done overall. I did a couple, like, little things when I was in the military, right? Yeah. So it was the first one where I'm, like, behind the camera really directing things. Not directing, I was a DP, which means I was the camera guy. But I knew it was my purpose because everyone else on set was looking to me to make that decision. I was
Talk about it.
I was like, oh. I must be good at this. Like, and it was that moment I knew that this is my purpose and I was meant to do this. For sure. And from that moment, I ran with it. Like, any training I can get, I dove in deep, man, trying to figure out everything to be the best at it.
You know, I heard someone say one time that you can usually find your purpose in the things that you do with the least amount of effort, but have the most amount of impact.
Yeah.
Right? So the fact that, like, it was just natural for you told you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I often see, I love to watch people have their light bulb go off.
Yeah.
I had to have it too, right? Everybody has this point. Where it's like, everybody else says I'm great at this. Yeah. I don't even realize how easy I'm doing it, though.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? You was just filming stuff like, this is what I do. And then it manifested itself. That's dope, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's crazy how it just worked like that sometimes.
I love it. Love that for you.
That's super dope. So, A Season for Love.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get into it.
Oh, this is it.
So, first of all, Terrance, before we even get into it, introduce Season Love one more time.
Yeah, man. A Season for Love is a romantic drama film. It's about a director who happens to go out one night and meets this lady who happens to be a doctor who was not planning on going out herself. And through life's journey, they kind of fall in love. But, of course, they have external pressures that's pulling them away. And they got to figure out that journey we call love, and how they interact with it.
That's dope. What inspired you to make the movie?
You know, Again, one of my favorite movies is Love Jones.
Okay.
So I'm heavily inspired by love. And I think today we don't get a lot of romantic drama black movies that we used to.
Fact.
Like I grew up on Jason's Lyric, Love Jones, Poetic Justice. The list is long, right? And I think lately it's like we falling apart from that.
That's a fact.
And you know, I'm a DP, so I camera operate for a lot of other.
What's DP mean?
Director of photography.
Okay.
So like I'm behind the camera, I'm setting up the lights, I frame the shot.
Okay.
Right? The director of the film, they direct the actors and they lead the crew, but the director of photography, they handle the camera.
Okay.
And I get calls a lot of time to DP projects.
Yeah.
And I was getting a lot of what I would consider trauma bonding or thug love, and I'm like, I get it. Because that's a black reality. I'm never going to dismiss that. That exists out there, but it's not my reality. It's not a lot of black men's reality that I know. So it's like there's got to be another angle to this. If y'all not going to write it, then it's time. I guess it falls on me.
I'm gonna write it.
I'm gonna write it. So yeah, that's where it came from, man. And you know, just ran with it.
Yeah, thank you for rekindling such a important genre.
Yeah,
in
I
our
appreciate
community. You know what I mean? Because we did grow up on dope black love.
Yes.
Movies.
Yeah, and sitcoms, man.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
you know what I mean? I'm glad I'm. You know, I
Family
think
Matters.
Family Matters. All that.
We had Family Matters. We had Fresh Prince. We had Cosby Show.
Cosby Show, big one. Cosby Show.
We had a lot of good representation. Of black love. I'm glad you created it. Let me ask you this: so the average person probably doesn't know what it takes to create a film.
Oh yeah,
right. I mean, that's.
I'm not average. I don't.
You know what I mean? I'm sitting here like, I'm really trying to make sure people understand how dope this is.
I appreciate
to have a film.
Yeah.
On major streaming platforms, right?
Yeah.
That took a lot of work and effort. So talk to us a little bit about the process, right? What was probably the most challenging part of creating a film?
The most challenging part is definitely one, getting everybody on board and just money, man.
Okay.
It's an expensive task. Like when you see when you know these trades release the budgets of these films, they expensive.
Yeah.
It's not a cheap. I mean, it's been easier because equipment has come down in price.
Yeah.
But again, it's an expensive task. So getting everybody on board and saying, hey, this is what I got.
Yeah, this is all I got.
Follow me. Let's make this happen. That's the biggest challenge. But I think once you're in it, you kind of take autopilot. Everyone knows what they got to do, and we just got to get it done. But yeah, that's the biggest challenge for sure.
So what are some of the marketing challenges? Like once it's all created, it's trying to distribute. What are some of the marketing challenges?
Okay, yeah. So again, money plays a part in that because again, we all, I think, no matter, like, you guys are marketing the podcast, you know, whatever the money you putting into it, you got to equally double or spend more to get it out there.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is just the genre, right? Romantic dramas and the lack of black distributors. There's not many. So you know, you get a black crew, you make a black film, and then you got to go to white people.
Yeah.
To sell it. To sell it. Yeah.
They may not believe in it.
Right. It's either that or, so with it being a romantic drama, they're like, oh, romantic dramas don't do well. Well, do well for who? Who's the consumer?
Exactly.
We know that we love love.
We love
and
it.
Love is going to sell. Love is, like, look at Forever, what Forever did. Love is always going to sell. But, the comps they're going to use is Sleepless in Seattle, The Notebook. Oh, no one's watching those movies no more.
Yeah.
Well, white people don't value love the way we do.
That's different.
Right? You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to navigate that and tell them, I know my audience. I know this is what my audience is hungry for. It's there. And you got to make sure you stand, have a backbone and stand up to them and say, oh, nah, this is going to sell. Like, trust me. And believe in yourself. Believe in the project.
Man, I think that's a dope avenue to take, and I appreciate your power.
Appreciate that, man.
I appreciate your strength and you going after it, because black folks in America, what we yearn for the most is love.
It's love. That's it.
Like,
That's it.
Anybody that shows love to the black community gets love back.
Exactly. We're the most loving
that
people.
Is part of American history.
I'm telling you.
Like, we don't turn down nobody.
No.
Sometimes it's a problem.
For sure.
You can capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can come to the cookout
that's how
by doing nothing.
Loving we are. So selling black love is important, most certainly, to our community. So I want to applaud you for that.
I appreciate
Straight
that. Man.
up.
Thank you.
You stood up.
Yeah.
Right? I love that for you.
So let's get a little bit deeper, man, into your process. So how do you choose talent, man? Tell us about your cast.
Yeah, so, the lead, Malik, is played by Tory Tillman. He's from Charlotte. He's been in a dope amount of projects. And then our lead actress who plays Sam is Danielle Renee Houston. She's a professional mermaid.
What?
What is that?
Don't go past that.
So let's get into this.
What is it?
Let me get my drink, because I don't even know what a professional...
So,
mermaids ain't real.
No idea.
Mermaids ain't real.
I thought they wasn't either. Apparently it's a real thing. I mean, she performs at aquariums all over the world. All over the world.
Really?
I mean, yeah. Certified scuba diver. All that. It's super dope. Like what she does. And then she's just a phenomenal actress.
Yeah, she is.
Stage and screen. Trained. Fun fact. She won't tell. She's gonna be mad that I said this, but she was the stand-in for Angela Bassett and Black Panther.
That's super dope.
You heard it here first on the TNT Unleashed Podcast. Sam, we see you, girl.
Yeah. What's up, Sam?
Yeah, she's super dope. I mean,
mermaids ain't real.
Then the rest of my cast, you got Jonathan Caldwell, who played Ty. He plays Malik's best friend and editor. Aaliyah Davis, she plays Nikki, who is Sam's best friend. Samuel Roberts. He's the agent, who I love, man. He's always ready to work. Great dude. And then Anna is played by Shanae Allen, who's another just great actress coming up. And I try to keep it local. Yeah, I'm all about just local talent, building up Charlotte where we are. Just, we're really trying to bring the film industry here to show that we got talent, we got the crew. Come on. Now, hopefully, the state can fix those tax credits. That's another problem.
For another day.
Well, let me ask you this though. So when you think about casting, right? So you just mentioned some great actors and actresses, right? If you were in the Charlotte community, how do you even know about how to get into a film? Like, how does that even work?
Man, so Charlotte, we have there's monthly meetups where the film industry comes out and you can network. There's network of, you can follow me. Send me an Instagram.
Tell me Instagram.
Terry_Arteur. So that's TERRY_AUTEUR. Just read. If you're an actress, aspiring crew, reach out to me. We love to bring you on. Like, we actually have a training pipeline. Really? So I'm part of an organization called Genesis Creative Entertainment Group. Okay. It's a nonprofit, and that's what we do is educate about filmmaking. So you reach out to us, and you come on set, you shadow, you let us know what you want to do. Like, I'm a director, DP. We have writers. We have production designers. So, like, if that's something fashion, if that's something makeup artist, if that's something you want to do, we connect you with that person, and then you shadow them on a few sets, and then you go off and start working. Like, that's what
like
we're
an internship.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
right?
We've actually had interns. We work with A&T a lot. One of our members is the A&T alum, so we had A&T. We were going to expand to other schools, but right now we definitely got a pipeline with A&T. In their mass comm department. So like we had a student who was in the editing. So he came on and he was assistant editor on a lot of our projects. So
love that.
Yeah, we got a pipeline.
I noticed what's his name? Malik in the show.
Yeah.
He had a Miak shirt on.
Yeah.
I noticed that. I was like, I see HU, right? So we had Howard was represented in there, and we had Miak represented in there. Yeah. So you really pulled the theme through.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Delaware State. I transferred out, but Miak is big. And again, I think HBCUs are important. Yeah. So, and you talk about Fresh Prince earlier. And Martin, I remember episodes where every episode there was an HBCU hoodie or something, something on. Yeah. I want to get back to that. Like, I feel like it's so important in our culture, and I think it's important to highlight that.
You were very intentional. I could pick up on all the little nuances of Black culture.
I appreciate that
within the film. Right, so I was watching it very intently, and everybody watching this needs to go watch it. Right?
Please go watch it.
Season for Love. You make sure you go watch it. But let me ask you. I'm gonna ask Trell this question.
Go ahead, ask me. I got to know.
So when you think about the episode, or not the episode, I call it episode, the movie. Yeah. Right. I'm so used to talking about episodes. When you think about the movie, what was like your favorite part of the movie as you watched it?
My favorite part of the movie, because I grew up really like aspiring to be in film and acting. Didn't have the confidence. Didn't happen. This ain't a plug, but holla at me.
I'll get you in one. Let's do it.
But I really like, I look at acting and movement.
Yeah.
Like that means if I'm looking at a movie, I'm looking at if somebody has a cup in their hand, if I could tell if it's full or not. Like I'm that detail oriented.
That detailed, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that means if you drinking hot coffee, you drinking too fast. I'm like, that shit's supposed to be hot. So I watch movies with that kind of eye.
Yeah.
But I'll say Sam, her facial expressions, emotionally. There was a scene where she was talking to her homie when the homie found, the pills, right? And she didn't cry, but her face swole up. Like she made this like face. So I Troy and everybody knows I watch film like that.
Yeah.
that was probably my favorite part.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, because it was written well, it's all done well, but I'm looking at stuff trying to pick up tips. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like I've watched like a Marvel movie or a big budget movie, I should say, and seen somebody handle that cut wrong.
Yeah. It's such an afterthought, right?
Yeah.
On those big projects. But I think when you're doing an indie like that, everything is important. You know what I mean?
So for when I was watching Sam go through her emotional elements, that struck me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, for me, one of my favorite scenes
Yeah.
was when they were reading the poetry on the couch. Like, so they opened up the book and she was first introducing her poetry to Malik. And I was like, see, I used to do that back in the day. You know, read off some poetry, but it was actually really good poetry. Was that like something they wrote, or was that something that was already in like the book? Like
No,
the
I wrote
poem. You wrote that?
I wrote that.
Oh, you wrote the poem
that.
too?
Oh, so you wrote the poem?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Jack God.
Even better.
Next time you want to write Tiff a poem, call this man.
Call him
What
up.
you talking about, cuz?
Shoot,
You need to outsource your poem writing.
I know. How much you charge an hour? Let me. Are you love letter written?
But it was dope. But I also loved how you used the city as a backdrop.
Yeah.
So like, we all live in the same city. The way that you had a landmark in a shot, but didn't show everything around.
Yeah.
I thought that was very meticulous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can remember. Okay, I know where that is, but I don't know exactly where they at. I know what that is, or I see a view, especially the last scene we showed with the red dress.
Yeah.
And the sun
Yeah.
is shooting down. I'm just imagining logistically. I work in ops, right?
Okay.
I'm like, I wonder how many places you had to go to find this down view.
Oh, a lot.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm thinking about it like that. That's the end of your movie, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That was.
Terrance had to go to like probably 15 places to find this shit right here.
I mean, so I'm gonna ask a question. Did you pick up on why the sun was where it was?
You tell me.
Okay.
Because I was mad at Sam by this point.
A lot of people were.
I was
a lot of people were.
I was mad at Sam by this point by not saying or why she left. So I was paying attention, but tell everybody.
So like that, the sun was really important because again, this is the end of the movie. They got to make a choice, right? So for me, it's like, all right, the sun is setting on this romance. Y'all got to decide what you got to do.
See, I didn't even think about that.
The season is over, or it's going to be beginning.
Right. What's going to happen? So y'all got to make a decision.
Touche.
Y'all got to make a decision before the sun comes down. So that was the catalyst, and finding the right rooftop to where that sun can just hit, like come right over his shoulder. Man, a lot of. And luckily, we found the perfect spot, and they said yes.
Yeah.
And you know that's the Royal Top. If anybody's ever been there, please go. It's off of if you from Charlotte or coming to visit Charlotte, I want to say it's off Louise Ave, or it might be on Louise Ave. It's the Royal Top Bar, and you know, thank God for them. They let us have it for free, which is huge for a micro budget project like that. So, thank you.
Yeah. So I would say it's noticeable.
Yeah.
Your last scene.
Yeah.
The way it's shot.
Appreciate that.
Because you know Sam, she is a nice looking woman, but she looked like a regular woman throughout the whole thing until the last thing. And it's like, I knew why you came, girl.
all dressed up.
Yeah.
I know. I saw Sophia's Lounge in there.
Yeah.
Right. So they were walking. It was So we just did we shot a podcast in Sophia's Lounge recently.
Okay. Oh, cool.
You know what I mean? So we did my wife's interview at Sophia's Lounge.
Oh, nice.
So it was kind of cool to see that full circle kind of moment go. But one of my favorite parts was when Sam was like zoning out, looking at her future.
Yeah.
That was a dope scene right there.
That's where the homie had her debut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sorry, y'all. I called Church's daughter my homie.
Exactly.
Yeah, yo.
Let's go ahead and shut your door out.
Taryn Ali, I love you. Yeah, she loved Trell for some reason. That's big homie.
That's a fact.
I was like, that's a. Then when she came out of it and fell right back into the acting, man, I was like, that was so well done.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
that was well done.
It's crazy because Taryn was one. I mean, maybe just turned one at the time.
Yeah.
So it's like I was like, we're gonna take the camera. We're not gonna know what she's gonna do. Hopefully, so they had her and Danny had played all day, before that. So they were comfortable with each other.
Okay.
So I figured that maybe she would go to her.
Yeah.
But I had no idea. And she just did it.
She's a natural.
I was it was crazy. I was like, oh, this is. I hope we got it.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna do this again.
Yeah.
That's real. What are some of the directors that inspired you? That inspired you?
Yeah, Spike Lee's my number one.
Okay.
Spike Lee is my number one. My favorite director of all time. Ryan Coogler is amazing. Antoine Fuqua.
Yeah.
Ava DuVernay.
Oh, of course. All goats.
Spielberg, because he's Spielberg.
Yep.
And Barry Jenkins. A lot of people don't know Barry Jenkins. He just do Mufasa though.
Oh, did he?
Oh, really?
Moonlight. Yeah, he's a
Moonlight. Okay.
dope director. Yeah,
That's super dope.
Man, let me ask you this question because here at the TNT Unleashed Podcast, well, what's our tenet, right? Vulnerability, authenticity. Yeah. So we're gonna go a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I want to understand about you is when you think about authenticity, right? Because in a world full of actors and actresses, right? What do you feel about authenticity? What does authenticity mean to you?
It means real, man. And being in the moment.
Okay.
And no shortcuts. Especially with this film, there's layers and there's some traumatic things that happen, right? And you got to be willing to go there and really sell it. So authenticity for me is giving your all. No shortcuts. Being vulnerable, because I think a lot of people hide that, and if you're not being your authentic self, but we're human beings, man, and you got to show that fully. That's what authenticity means to me. For sure.
You almost can't act unless you understand the full range of emotion in the first place, right?
I agree, 100%.
So I only knew 4 emotions growing up,
right,
until I started going to therapy. So that means we got like 50 of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, probably more than that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So we grew up knowing happy, sad, angry, disrespected.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Maybe
but sometimes you just feel anxious. Sometimes you feel embarrassed. Sometimes you feel overwhelmed. And tapping in all those things, I feel like this takes a lot of training.
Yeah.
Or natural gift. You be the judge. But
a little bit of both.
A little
bit of both. And you just, you got to be a vulnerable person. I think just authentic, going back to authenticity, you got to be an authentic person to know what emotion to give at the right time, for sure.
If you think about vulnerability, though, when's the last time you really felt vulnerable? You can sit on that for a second. You think about it.
Yeah.
That was
yeah. So why you thinking?
Why you thinking about it?
Hey, let's get into unleashed thoughts.
Unleashed thoughts?
Unleashed thoughts.
I'm coming back to it.
Okay, no, I got you.
All right, Troy, what's your unleashed thought for the day?
My unleashed thought for the day. My unleashed thought for the day is Biggie Smalls is overrated.
Biggie Smalls overrated.
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls is the most overrated rapper of all time.
Y'all know where I'm from.
Biggie Smalls is the most overrated.
Crazy.
Where you from, yo?
I said actor, rapper of all time.
Nah, man.
You don't believe that?
I don't believe that at all.
Why not?
It's Biggie, man.
Huh?
Biggie got some of the class. I mean, come on.
He got 2.
What he got?
He got 2.
What's
2 albums? 2.
Classics.
Okay, 2.
Classics.
How y'all gonna put somebody in the top? How y'all gonna put somebody in the top 5 that got 2 albums?
Gone too soon though.
2 albums.
But there's people that put out 10 only had 2 good albums.
All I'm saying is
I would
2 albums does not put you in the top 5.
So from me to you,
Top
5?
From me to you.
So who's your top 5?
That's one of the dumbest shit I've ever heard you say.
That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna debate it on the next episode.
Okay.
That's the
But
dumbest
I
shit.
just want y'all to know
I'm tuning in for that.
Dumbest
my
shit
unleashed
I've ever
thought
heard you say.
today is that Biggie Smalls is the most overrated rapper of all time. Now, I'm gonna let you go. What's your unleashed thought?
That shit's stupid.
Hey, the hate, it's not becoming of
and
you.
it's disrespectful.
It's not becoming
It's so
of you.
disrespectful.
It's not becoming, man. It's not becoming of you.
Yeah, what you said not becoming of
You know
your
what I
ass.
mean? It's not becoming.
I'll tell you that.
Sorry, but
Anyway,
Terrance, what I said was true.
So here's an ongoing theme. TNT Unleashed Podcast. Let me cleanse our spirits from that bullshit. Ongoing theme. Micro romance novel. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what that is. I believe, this is reoccurring, that to keep your marriage or relationship spicy, you've got to separate reality from adulting. Meaning you have to constantly create a character or a chapter in your home to get things going. Now,
Here you go.
Hey,
I'll give you some examples.
All right, let's see what it is
I'll
today.
tell you some from previous
Let's
chapters.
see what it is today.
The robbery. That's when.
the robbery.
Yeah, that's when I go and break in the room and steal my own shit, and then get some sex. You know what I'm saying? There could be the plumber. You come in, fix some shit you're gonna already fix. Change your name, get naked, have some sex.
Hey, whatever works for
Fast
you.
and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Fast
Now
and Furious.
that's okay. So
Yeah,
Fast and Furious, Terrance, my last chapter I wrote was you ride around in your car with a little bit of drink to not get a DUI and naked, and you play with each other, and then you find you a place to go off the side of the road and have sex. I just feel like that's important in marriages and relationships, because if you are constantly just Trail or Troy and Terrance and constantly talking about shit you have to do all day,
You're gonna get bored.
you're gonna get bored.
You're gonna get bored. I see where you're going.
So what, you got
You got to spice it up.
Yeah,
I don't know if you got to do all that. But you definitely got to
it's
spice
fun.
it up. No, that sound very entertaining.
It's fun. It's not
For sure.
entertaining. It's fun.
Yeah.
But my next chapter,
Uh-oh.
it's called Yard Man.
Okay. Tell me about the Yard Man. Tell us about it. Tell us about the Yard Man.
It's yard season. I'm gonna show up. And I'm gonna do that yard.
Okay.
Like I'm already gonna do. And then I'm gonna go in there and ask for some water.
What's gonna happen? She gonna come to the refrigerator with like what's
She just
gonna
gonna have on like a nice little robe or something, man. I'm like, I'll give you some water. And then sex gonna happen.
happen? What's the lead up?
What's the lead up? I need to know.
That's why I need your
Listen,
help.
'cause I want the rights to this.
You know what
I'll
I'm saying?
turn this into a whole series.
No, I'm just saying. So that means, okay, here's the movie. Here's micro romance novels. Every month or twice a month, you have to consume yourself as another character. My character is Optimus Prime, or OP, right?
Man.
So you got to show up and act stuff out. So that means if your lady like to drive for Fast and Furious, for example, that means she just pull up on you, robe on, nothing on, driving. You just get there, or you could drive with a bag full of toys, do some masturbation, and find you a nice little spot, have fun, go back home, and get back to adulting. Now, when I get through cutting this grass, I'm going to find something in the house naturally that needs to be done, and I'm going to do it. Oh, I also fix this.
How can I fix you?
I also fix that.
You see?
Now, she's sitting there on the couch reading a romance novel that's not authored by me. I just altered the shit.
Oh, okay. You got a scene in mind?
He laid it out.
I mean,
See, Terrance don't seem interested.
I can see him.
I'm gonna write it out more.
I can see.
I need to write that more.
I told you already. I want the rights.
No.
Listen.
Give us a chapter name, and then we'll think it out later. The chapter name for what you would do.
I'll freestyle it.
Just
for
any
what I
chapter.
would- so not
For
that.
would you do? What would you do? Give a chapter name. You ain't got to go into the details. What's your chapter name?
The mechanic.
Oh, okay.
She
You want
broke
what?
down.
Okay.
I come fix it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And fix her.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Know what I'm saying?
you in it
I got it.
already.
Yeah.
You in it
You
already.
got to show with 3 bottles of oil.
That's it. I like it.
All right, so let's get back into things, man. That was a good break. So what's next for you? Like, what do you want to do next? Like, what's your next project ideas? What are you striving for next?
Again, I think all my stories are about being vulnerable. Black men being vulnerable. So that's what I built my company on.
Yeah.
So I got some great ideas. Again, it's about we're grown, we're pitching investors. A father-son dynamic is coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Soon.
Okay.
That'd be
That would be dope.
Yeah,
We need that.
Super dope.
Yeah,
That would be really good.
It's a really good script. Again, it's just getting it out there. Other than that, man, it's just staying creative.
Yeah.
For sure. Just making projects, building the team. And going back to what you said about Charlotte being a backdrop, that's important to me because, we live here, we're here, and there's a lot of dope people in Charlotte, man. Atlanta, Chicago, those places, they're great. But I really want to bring people down here to see what we're doing because we really building something special down here.
That's super dope.
I heard you talk about that, though. Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about that in the movie.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, Malik, his idea was about how he wanted to restore Charlotte. Right? In the black culture in Charlotte. That's, look at you. Look, I can see your character through you.
How much of Malik is you?
How much Malik is me?
If you had to put like a percentage on it.
Probably 35%.
35.
It's a lot of different artists I know. Mixed
Yeah.
up in there. But I think I'm a bulk of it. I mean, you write from what you know, your experiences.
Yeah.
So for sure.
I think that a father-son dynamic is going to be dope, especially for our generation.
Yeah.
Because we don't tend to deal with that until we have families of our own and children of our own. And I know Troy and I spent a lot of time talking about that father-son thing.
Yes.
And I look forward to the script, man.
I appreciate it, man.
I really do.
Yeah.
Season for love. A season for love. I'm saying it again. A season for love.
Out now.
But now we got to get into fair and foul.
Okay, let's do it.
Fair or foul? All right, so hold on. I got to slow down. We got to introduce our segment, right? So one of our most popular segments on the TNT Unleashed podcast is fair or foul. We present a topic to the audience, and we say, is this fair or foul in your mind?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So here's today's topic. Is it fair or foul for your spouse to come before your kids?
Oh, man.
The church is money. Come
Yeah.
talk
Fair
to me.
or foul?
Fair or foul
Yep.
to put your spouse above your kids.
Yep.
I'm going to say fair.
Talk about it.
And here's why. For me, it's because what you and your partner do, what you and your spouse do, sets the tone for your household, right? Now, of course, it's going to be period. So, I mean, how we do it, right, is we know at different points of time, different people need different things, right? My child might need more attention at this point in time. But overall, if we're not good, no one in the house is good, which is why I say,
Fair.
it's fair to put your spouse before your
Let's see
kids.
what your take on it. What you think, Trell? Fair or foul?
No, I agree with that. I think the kids are only as good as the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If a child has any one of their parents suffering, they shall suffer.
Yeah.
Unhappy, angry, lonely, depressed, on and on and on. I think that it's critical that everyone takes care of themselves, learn to take care of each other, because you're simultaneously teaching a child to how to self-love and how to take care of themselves and not rely on being coddled and things like that. It goes back to the independence I'm learning right now.
Yeah.
When it comes down to raising kids. What about you, Troy?
For me, it's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
And the way I think about it is your kids will follow your example more than they'll follow your words.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if they see you putting each other first, if they see how much you care about each other, if they see how much you love each other, they see you being healthy, that's going to set the tone for how they behave. Right? But if all you do is put them first and leave your spouse hanging, they sense energy.
Sense that.
So, you know what I mean? They're going to be like,
And
mommy and daddy don't love each other.
They're gonna also pick a bad partner.
Facts.
Right.
So
somebody neglects them.
We gotta make sure, no matter what, that when these little girls become grown, if somebody's not taking care of them, it jumps off the map at them.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's
think
gonna be like, wow, this is
no,
crazy.
for sure. Honestly, me and my wife were married 3 years before we had our daughter. I say all the time, having her made our marriage better.
Okay, tell me more.
Because for me, again, I'm raising a daughter.
Yeah.
And it clicked. Once she's going to be a grown woman one day. She's going to be out here dating. I'm her first representation of what love is.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's important for me to show her that from the very first day.
From the
Facts.
beginning.
And because of that, it made my marriage stronger. It made me love my wife even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout
So,
your wife out real quick.
Vivian McLeod, love you so much, baby. Thank you for supporting me. Long nights on set where I'm not home and you dealing with the baby girl by yourself. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
That's so dope. That's a good segue. Hit it, Troy.
Love. Hey, look, this has been a great episode.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I feel good, man. Thanks for inviting me, man. Gotta do this again.
You
For
feel
sure.
unleashed?
Definitely feel unleashed.
Unleashed. That's what
Yes.
I'm talking about. That's the goal, right?
Yes.
Is always make sure, I guess, leave feeling like they told their story,
Yeah.
but also let they feel unleashed and feel a little bit better when you leave here.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that's what Trell and I try to do. and hopefully you feel that today.
Definitely.
So thank you for taking the time.
Absolutely.
Right?
Thank
We
you.
know you're busy, you're a family man, you got all the things going on, and you took time out of your schedule to come talk to TNT Unleashed. We appreciate that.
Much appreciated, homie.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
And
for sure.
to the audience, come and talk
See,
to me.
this is when you know it's time to go.
Really
Yeah, when he start going,
When we start doing this stuff right here,
Can
it's
I
time to go.
talk
So,
to you
if you listen to the
on-
TNT Unleashed podcast, we want you to do a couple things. Number one, we want you to go to YouTube. We want you to subscribe right now, right? Hit the subscribe button. We need you to subscribe. We need you to share this episode, right?
Yeah, share.
Share this episode so people can see not only TNT Unleashed podcast, but A Season for Love.
Season for love.
Season for love.
So make sure
Streaming
you check
everywhere.
that out. Streaming on where?
Season for
Apple
love.
TV, Amazon Prime, Google Play, YouTube, Fandango at home. Just Google it.
Yeah.
It's
And
all over.
where can the people follow you again?
So you can follow me at Terry Terry _Altair AUTEUR. The film has an Instagram page at A Season for Love Film. That's where we post, behind the scenes content, where it's screening at, all the information there.
A season for love.
See, now you got a whole new entry song.
I'm gonna
You're
use
a
that.
seed
I'm
of
gonna use
a mermaid.
Make sure y'all follow us also on Apple Podcasts. Leave a review. We need a review.
Oh, yeah.
We need a review. 5-star review only. If you got something else to say, just don't listen. I want 5 stars. 5 stars, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the places. But Terrance, thank you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate
Thank you.
y'all.
This has been a good conversation.
Definitely.
I want y'all, the final thing I'm going to say today is go and stream A Season for Love.
That's
It's
a
good
fact.
movie.
Thank you.
Go check it out right now. So, hey, this has been the TNT Unleashed Podcast. This is a podcast where authenticity lives. This is where ego dies. This is where we talk about everything from life to love to relationships to everything in between. They might laugh. They might cry. But we hope they leave what?
Unleashed. Peace.